Hello there, this is Rom Wills back at it again with yet another couch video. We're doing it a little different today. We had to get the mics and everything. Anyway, when a woman chooses you and when she doesn't. Because you know what? Miss Mocha wanted to discuss this as far as the whole choice paradigm. Now, I could say it, but I'm gonna let y'all hear from a lovely lady. Take it away, dear.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about what it looks like when a woman chooses a man and when she doesn't. And to make it easy for everybody to understand or follow up on, I'm gonna use the infamous couple, Dwayne and Whitley, plus Byron, as my example. Okay.
Now that's from that legendary show, A Different World. You can just Google it if you don't know about it. Do a YouTube search, but trust me, some of the old heads know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's the perfect illustration because you were like thinking, okay, what now shows that? What now? Nothing really. But that was a perfect illustration. A woman between two men and stuff. One chose her and she chose the other one.
That's right.
So go ahead, let them know.
Okay, and also it's on HBO Max too. Just if you got it, just go ahead and pull up A Different World. You can watch all 6 seasons. Okay, so I'm just gonna summarize it. Here's the bottom line. So you got Whitley Gilbert, you know, this highfalutin bougie chick from Virginia, and you got Dwayne Wayne, you know, my brother from Philly, okay? Both attending Hillman College. All right.
I think he was from Harlem or New York.
Oh, I'm sorry, he was from New York, sorry. Sorry, and there is a difference. Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, so one from the Northeast.
Hold up. My bad.
Sorry. Okay, in short, okay, so Whitley was highly coveted on campus and she didn't give no brother the time of day. All right, so we're skipping to season 2, okay, because don't watch season 1. That was like the whole Lisa Huxtable season. Just don't worry about that. Okay, so season 2, what happened was they were at a party on campus. Whitley's shooting everybody down. And so Dwayne asked her to dance. She says yes, okay? Now, he made the mistake of getting handsy with her. So of course she was like, nah, you gotta go, okay? So what happened that night was she had a dream about Dwayne, like her first like romantic dream about him. And that kind of like messed her up a little bit. But Freddie was actually feeling him, okay? And he didn't know that Whitley was feeling him. So just to kind of cut it short, bottom line is she had feelings for Dwayne first. She chose him. Okay, there's a choice being made, even though she kept it to herself. And she told her friends and they all laughed at her because he was kind of goofy back then. Okay, he wasn't suave yet. All right, so she chose him. All right, so let's skip around. Let's skip ahead just a little bit. She did play games and that was a big issue in their relationship. She was very bougie, very needy. Whitley was a lie. Okay, I'll admit that. That's from a woman's point of view. Okay, so basically they kind of was on and off a little bit. But what happened was he went away to Japan for an internship. I think this is like the start of season 4. I think I got it right. So she played games with him over the summer. He wrote her over the summer and she never wrote him back. So she told her best friend Kim, like, oh, you know, I got to make him want me. I'm like, well, girl, he already wanted you. He was showing you that he had chose you back by writing you over the summer, staying in touch with you. So they had chose each other. He had accepted the choice. Okay.
And hold up for a second. That's a very important part because yes, indeed, women choose, but the man still has to accept the choice. See, some men think, oh, we choose the women. We choose the women. You know what? I don't care if you cold approach, wait for them, whatever. If they don't choose you, if they don't make a decision, even if you approach first, cold approach, all of that, they still got to make a choice. If it was that simple, we just choose the women. Oh, we'd be talking about something else now.
Right.
There wouldn't be any relationship issues. That should just be common sense. They make a choice. And I'm going to get more into that choice thing in a bit, but I'm going to let Mocha finish. Go ahead.
Okay, so bottom line, they run into each other on a plane. It's like the school year is about to start. Okay, the summer's passed. He wrote her letters. She didn't write him back. Okay, then she was playing coy. All right. So she sees him on the plane. He's in a suit, right? Because he's coming off his internship at Kanishiwa. She was like, what? You know, she see my man in a 3-piece suit. She like, okay, I got to get me some of that Dwayne, right? Okay, the problem was he got him a girlfriend. while they were apart because she didn't write him back. Okay. So problem. Now they live across the hall from each other. So she spends, the next like 6 months or so trying to get him back. And at one point, she actually put herself in between Keanu and Dwayne, okay, doing everything she could. And she told Kim, I will get my man, okay? She chose him. That was her heart. That was her love. That was her everything. And wasn't nothing gonna stop this woman from getting Dwayne, okay? Now, they finally did hook up. They finally became a couple. But of course, they did break up, mainly because of Whitley again. Whitley was pretty high maintenance. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pretty high maintenance. Yeah. And Dwayne was just like, girl, you too much for me.
She was a 92 octane. Shout out BGS. She was a 92, natural 92.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she wasn't getting with no Pookie.
No, and that was part of the issue.
Yeah.
That was part of the issue, actually, because she was very classist.
Yeah. Very
classist. And the Waynes were very just like working class people. Yeah. And so that kind of was her issue. She kind of maybe thought he wasn't good enough for her until she finally wised up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And part of that too, just real quick, just as an aside, he had to level up. If he didn't level up, she wasn't getting with him. Because it was the suit. When she saw him in the suit, that's when she's like, hey.
Right, hey. Exactly.
Hey, what you been doing? Oh, shit, how was your summer? Okay.
Exactly. There you go. That's exactly. And then he said that later on. He did say that.
Yeah.
Okay. So they have their issues. They break up. Okay. Now here's what happens when you don't have a woman choose you. We're going to talk about Whitley and Byron. Okay. So in case you don't know what I'm talking about, Byron shows up and he is running for the Senate. Okay, he's a former Hillman alum and he's back, trying to raise money. He's running for state senator in that district. Okay. All right. So you remember Whitley is bougie now. Okay. She is high upper crust from Richmond, Virginia. Okay. So Byron on the surface, on the resume with the suit, looking good, was a perfect man for her on paper. Okay. All right. He was a businessman. He was accomplished. He actually became senator, and he like actually credited her, for his win. Okay. So he starts dating her because he's like, oh, on paper, she's perfect for me. I mean, she's classy. She got the look. She light-skinned. She got the hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's be real.
Come on, let's keep it real.
She was light-skinned.
Come on now. Yeah. She was cultured. She knew how to act in public. She knew how to fundraise. I mean, she was just hitting on all levels for this dude.
She was a lady for a master of the universe. She was built for it.
Born for it, bred for it.
Exactly.
That was her job.
Once again, a class issue. And that's a whole other conversation. We can get deep into that, but just go ahead. 100%.
Okay, so he chose her because he was like, okay, you're going to work for my campaign. You're going to come out here and help me fundraise. I need you. Okay. And then he fell for her. He fell for her. Now, she kind of fell for him because on the surface, he was perfect. Okay. However, guess who she was thinking about the whole time?
No, Dwayne.
Dwayne, because she chose him. That's where her heart was.
She chose him. That's an important thing. Because it's more like, okay, he satisfied what society said she should have, and definitely her mother said she should have, but not what she wanted in her heart. And that's an important thing. That's a very important thing. What do they really want? Because trust me, in the real world that happened, Byron might double back home one day. Be going through that door. All of a sudden, Dwayne tearing her up. In fact, there was a time when they were together and they had sex one night.
They did.
Yeah, Byron come in there and say, what's going on? And Dwayne will look back and say, my bad.
Exactly.
This you, man? Oh, man. Yo, man, why we talk after we finish?
Exactly. That did happen.
Actually, yeah. Not quite to my bad, but they did get back together.
Right.
She was still into him.
Yeah, she was feeling him.
And that's the important thing about choice. But I'll let you finish that. Then I wanted to get into something else about that whole choice thing.
Okay, so basically in her heart, she was still in love with Dwayne. That's the bottom line. And he was her first, and that's a big deal too. Okay, you're talking about a woman who saved herself, who was going to save herself for marriage, and she still slept with Dwayne. Okay, because she loved him that much. Okay, so, oh, here's the other thing too. So Dwayne inadvertently wound up telling Byron that him and Whitley had got back together, had hooked up basically. And Byron still kept going with the relationship. And I'm like, so that's a classic mistake. That's classic. If your girlfriend slept with her ex-boyfriend, let her go. Yeah. She's still in love with him.
Yeah, she ain't over. Him. I mean, that's letting them know right then. Byron should have said, you know what, let me just cut my losses.
There you go.
But he kept going.
He kept going because he thought he had the perfect woman for him in the long run. This dude looking at becoming, you know, a senator, he looking at the White House. Okay, he's like, this is the chick I need on my arm. That's how he's thinking. Instead of realizing my woman's in love with her ex. Let me go find somebody else. Yeah. Okay, so let's fast forward to the eve of the wedding and then the wedding.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So Dwayne shows up the night before the wedding to talk to Whitley. Okay, because he wasn't coming to the wedding. He couldn't watch somebody he loved get married to another man. But he wasn't going to show up. All right. So what happened in that conversation between Dwayne and Whitley? What did he say? He said, you made me better. You made me like get on my game and level up. That's what you did for me.
Yeah. And, you know, and she also told him what he did for her. She thought she'd just be dependent, but he taught her how to stand on her own 2 feet.
Say it.
They taught each other how to love.
Preach.
But then, you know, of course, it just couldn't make it. But I'll let you talk about the wedding.
Okay, so now the morning of the wedding, Dwayne decided not to go. Okay, and then Ron was like, because he was feeling Kim. So Ron went because he had to hook up with Kim. And so, but Ron was like, you know, Ron, sorry, Ron Johnson.
Yeah, not Rom Wills.
Sorry. Okay.
Rom Wills would have been chilling somewhere eating some buffalo wings.
So Ron says to Dwayne, hey, listen, my woman ain't about to marry another man. Decide what you gonna do, bruh, because I'm out. Okay, so here we go. Now, what happened that morning? Also, on Whitley's end, Whitley talking about the Waynes. She's talking about Dwayne. She's talking about his mom and daddy, about how great they were. And the Honorable Diane Carroll, all hail Diane Carroll. Okay.
The Queen of Bougie.
Hello. All right. Says, girl, don't be talking about them Waynes. Girl, we got to get you looking pretty. Girl, don't be talking about them hoo-ha's. Okay. She go, you about to marry Senator girl. Come on now, snap out of it. All right. So she's telling her mom, I'm in love with another man. Okay. Kim, you sure you want to do this, Whitley? Girl, yeah, I'm gonna marry Byron. Kim, like, okay, all right, sir. All the signs are there. Now here comes the moment. Okay, will you?
Oh, man, I went crazy. I remember when I first saw the "Will You" scene. I'm gonna put a clip of that in the description box. When I saw that, because I was watching with my mother and grandmother, I was like, yes, because I was sad the whole time. I was like, man, I don't know. They were happy. They were mad, too. They was like, she should have got one. But my man came down, will you? And like, well, he proposed to her right there. He gave her the vows. He said, baby, please.
Baby, please.
Please.
Woo, come on.
Like, I will. I was like, damn. I was like, man, that was some stuff. Woo! Now, I know some of y'all probably, I wouldn't do that. Well, hold up, man.
Stop.
Let's get back to the main thing about this. Her choice. And here's a bottom line with it, because there's a lot of dudes out here really Byron. They think they got some money, high value, whatever, but that woman ain't feeling it.
There you go.
And you gotta, don't deal with the woman who hasn't shown she chose you. Pimps will tell you that. High-level players will tell you that. Don't waste the time. But see, a lot of guys they trying to force her choice. You can't do it. She either like you or she don't. As a man, the most you can do is present yourself and see who like it. That's why I always talk about your tribe. Who's in your tribe?
Right.
Who is in your tribe? And if your tribe, you know, you're going to go in and out with your tribe as far as like the relationships, but they have a natural choice for you. And you know, just to move a little bit further, you know, away from the Dwayne and Whitley thing. When y'all choose, it's always going to be something. When y'all choose, it's not always, you know, sometimes it can be sex. Sometimes y'all just want, well, all the positions y'all want and everything, you know, on top, on the bottom, on the side, outside, on the balcony.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, kitchen table, you know, couch, you know, all of that. But then she might not want him for anything else. But then there's going to be the man she's going to choose to be the father of her children. Right. The marriage, you know. Then it might be a man she just choosing just to be friends. Sure. Because the ladies, the thing is, they have that power. They're going to do it. They make the choice. You can't force it. Like some guys, the biggest issue is too many men try to force it. And you can. And then with the Byron and Dwayne and Whitley thing, damn, Byron basically knew.
He did know. Dwayne told him inadvertently. Yeah. Okay, inadvertently told him. And then there was another thing. I have to mention this because I thought about this the other day. So this is a scene that only I think really women picked up on. But it was an episode, this is before the marriage, where there was a fundraiser at Byron's house. Okay, and Whitley was, you know, running the whole thing because that's what she's good at. Okay, she's good at getting money out of somebody's pocket. Okay. And so he kept trying to be alone with her all night. And she kept avoiding him. She kept trying to talk to everybody, kept making excuses. Oh, bad. Okay. I forgot what episode it was, but I remembered that yesterday. And so finally everybody left. She trying to leave. She trying to like get her stuff and go. And he's like, oh, no, no. So he got her on the couch, did the whole clap, clap thing, turned off the lights. Okay. And he kind of like made something happen. Okay, and she really wasn't feeling him, but remember they're dating now at this point. Yeah. But they hadn't been intimate yet. So he kind of like pushed it. Okay. And I'm not gonna call it anything, but I'll just call it like, you're my woman, I'm your man, and this is what I'm expecting from you. And it was super subtle, but as a woman, I picked up on that. Okay.
I barely remember that.
It was subtle.
Because that's one thing with y'all ladies, and this is one thing I always say. The women got their own language. There's some stuff like all the women watching this now. They like, girl, I saw that too. Right. Girl,
holla if you saw that, if you remember that scene.
Yeah, they be like, yeah, we doing that because y'all do be doing some subtle stuff. Like if a woman want to be alone with the man, if she wanted to be alone with him, she'd be trying to kick the people out.
Thank you. And this is the thing. Guys are always like, how do I know? How do I know? Okay, so you at a party, say you had a party at your house, your woman's there, you know, y'all mingling, and she keep giving you that look. You know what I'm saying? She like suddenly telling people, you know what me and do, you know, we got plans afterwards, so y'all all need to go, you know, you ain't got to stay here, but you got to go, you know, whatever. You know, if she trying to get everybody at the house, she trying to be with you. Okay, Whitley was trying to keep everybody at the house because she was trying to avoid the obvious. Yeah. Okay, and again, it's not about like coercion or forcing her or anything like that, but he had made it clear and she kind of felt like, I have to do this. Yeah. I have to do this, otherwise this relationship's gonna end.
And that's very important because, you know, fellas, you gotta understand, if she wants to have sex with you, she'll make it easy. She'll tell you. She's like, baby, come up here, I need you to help me with something. Okay, while everybody's still at the party. Yeah. While everybody, and she gonna take you to a bathroom or a bedroom. Yeah. Okay, no, she will lead the charge. Yeah, and that's one thing. If a woman wants you, and you know, I got something to end because we don't want to go too long. Okay, all right, let's go back to the wedding. How about just go to the wedding? Okay, then I got something to say after you finish your part. Okay, so at the wedding, if you hadn't seen it yet, Byron said his vows. Whitley was about to say her vows, and she kept seeing Dwayne's face. So like her mom had Dwayne's face, the minister had Dwayne's face because that's who was on her mind. Her heart was telling her, don't marry this man. You know, I want to be with Dwayne. So luckily he had the brains to show up, okay, and be like, hey, this is my last ditch attempt to go get my woman. And of course it worked. Okay, it worked. You know, because, wait, who said will you? Who said will you? He said will you? That was Dwayne. Oh, and then you know what's funny about that? Yeah. Check out the clip, but you know what's funny about that scene? I think somebody in the audience said something and they just left it in. Yes! Because I never forget when he said it. It had to be somebody like not in the like on the scene, but somebody in the studio audience. And dude was like, "Blessed are those who ask the question, brother." Come on now. I was like, man.
Yes, and for the millennials who had a problem with Dwayne busting up that wedding, Whitley chose him. Okay, that was her man. Period. End of story. I don't care if she had followed through with and married Byron. She would have had an affair with Dwayne.
Yeah.
Period. It'd have been something.
Either Dwayne or somebody who looked just like him.
Right.
It'd be like somebody, you know, Dwayne moved on with Aoki or whatever her name was.
Right.
Years down, somebody even had some kid or Keanu. Okay. Keanu, and then had some kid or something, but then she be in the office doing some work and some young kid looked just like Dwayne. Yeah, I know what's up. The office F-file.
Hello.
And all of a sudden be like, hey, why don't you come over? Be like a bad porn or something going on or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you know what? And you know, just and that's cool. Check it out. Check out just that clip. Yeah. But here's the thing. And you know, Mocha used a very great example. That's a very great example. But as a man, you got to know, does she want to be with you? If you got to force it too much, that ain't your woman. That ain't your woman. If she ain't trying to spend time with you, that ain't your woman. You know, you might not have a woman. You know, you know, if shoot, you go through it's a snowstorm, and you go through that snowstorm, you want to be snowed in with her. Your car can't even get there all the way. Right. Shoot, you walk an hour through the snow. You get to that door, knock on it, and then the lady be like, you ain't called first.
That's funny. You might not have a woman if. That's hilarious. Yeah. You might not have a woman if you can only call between like 9 and 2 on Thursday and Friday.
Seriously. Yo, you know, if, yeah, I met this woman who had called into this radio station I was in, right? And I was on. And she said, yeah, I had to talk to you. She wanted to talk on the air, but couldn't at the time. Met with her, you know, while I'm doing my book signing. And I never forget what she said. She was like, you know, I got this guy, he's bothering me. He keep trying to come up on Wednesday and Thursdays. And I told him not to call me on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And I just looked at her and said, oh, that's when you with your other man. Exactly. I don't know what this guy's problem is. That wasn't his woman.
Exactly.
She didn't choose him. Look, fellas, and this ain't even about like the choosing signals. That's a whole other conversation. Yeah. You know, like some light signal. She looked at you. Yeah, women look at ugly guys. They checking them out and be like, ugh, I'm gonna go talk about him to my friends or something. I saw this busted guy. She don't want him. But what is she doing to indicate that she actually likes you? Right. And that's what it comes down to. Does she really want to be with you? Do you have to try if you got to force things too much, yeah, they want you to take the lead, but if you got to force things, or they be like, well, let me get to know you. You know, well, you know, I'm going to wait 90 days.
I'm sorry, that's crazy.
Knowing they wait 9 hours for, like, you know, Dexter.
There you go.
You know, they be shoot. Dexter just take off. Oh, just come on in. And, you know, they go in the house and it's like, oh, let me get something. She coming out in a 90.
Exactly. Or if it's, oh, here's my social media handle. Or it's, you know, well, I just got out of a relationship. Or I'm really not dating right now. She's just not feeling you.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
And you know what? There's no shame in that. And you know, the thing is, what you got to do is just develop yourself and see who's feeling. Exactly. That's all you can really do. Too many guys getting caught up because here's a problem. I ain't want to go this long, but we got to get this one out. If you deal with a woman who you think you chose her and all that, like you say, well, I chose her. I don't care what they say. They don't know what they talking about. All right. But you spending all this money on her. All this time, use a mark. Yeah. Because you got some women, they look for guys like that. They don't want them. They say, let me see how much I can milk them. You know? And then they'll have you take them to Ruth Chris, all the fancy places. You know, y'all ate out 10 times and stuff. But you know she going to get that doggy bag and take it home to the guy she want to be with. You know? That guy going to pull into your spot when you pull off. But if you trying too hard, she really don't want you. That's true. Because here's the thing. A woman, if she wants a man, she is going to make it, she ain't going to make it just too easy, but she ain't going to be just like pulling away. No. You know, you ain't going to have to be like waiting a day for her to text back.
Right, because she wants to spend time with you.
Yeah, and that's an important thing. And that's an important thing. How much time does she want to spend with you? You got to look at all that stuff. Is she really showing an interest? You know? Or did she make you wait forever to go out? Because if she ain't want to go out with you right away, you got to ask her several times. She really ain't feeling you. And if she do go, well, you the meal for the night.
Exactly.
And look, and there's nothing wrong with that because, honestly, you have a lot of power. Because if you chasing her, she gonna play you. But if it's her choice, she's gonna cooperate.
Exactly.
And then you have a choice. You have your own choice. It's just that simple. So, anyway, we could go talk about this one.
Yeah, we could. We won't.
You know, yeah. Well, one of us got a job, so.
Yeah, one of us does.
Yeah, I'm just somebody running around and I don't know anything. You know, I gotta go out on the street and be begging. When I do my car videos, I'm just going to my begging spot. yeah, y'all ignore me. You know I'm a money grubber. But anyway, y'all, you have anything to close with, Mocha?
Just listen to the women in your life, okay? So I'm telling you what women do to make sure that you know that you've been chosen, accepted or not, okay? And you know how not to get left at the altar, okay? Because it does happen.
You know what? I mentioned in a car video about a childhood friend who got left. I mean, she didn't even go to the altar. She didn't even go to the wedding. I mean, seriously. And it's probably like chasing her down or something. You just gotta understand. There ain't nothing wrong with approaching or saying hi first, but if she ain't reciprocating or she making it hard,
keep going.
Yeah, just keep going. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. I always talk about women being in cooperation to your operation. If she ain't chose you, she ain't gonna cooperate. Anyway, y'all, that's all we have for today. I'll get back with y'all later.
Thanks, guys.
Peace and blessings.